Howdy, new series for you all. Going to call this one Trade Up Tuesday and then try and upload it on Tuesdays. Try to. I've got a funny feeling it's going to be a slow burn because I'm going to try, I'll explain, but I think the market over in Suffolk, forgot where I lived for a second then, is slightly slower than what it was in Kent. But we'll see what's occurring. Backstory as I ramble on. I've managed to do this 2.5 times previously. Started by trading for my services for a pedal, then sold that pedal on, built myself up a pot of money, bought a guitar, traded that out for something else, repeat the process until I've got a pot of money each time. Never managed to trade into a guitar I wanted, but I've had a pot of money sat there. I've managed to get myself an Aerodyne Telecaster, 335 meant for studio, which is one of the no-FO one humbucker 335 Gibsons, and half of my 79 Tele Deluxe, which makes me sound super bougie, but I had to sell everything I owned to get the other half of it. I made the guy an offer and he accepted it. Fuck beans, I'm 1,500 quid short. Whoops. I got the smarts. Start of this year, I always kind of thought I would do it again, but at the start of this year, it was basically offered to me. A customer of mine, when we lived back in Kent, came over, needed a new nut for an LTD, but didn't have the money to pay for it, and was like, I can trade you a mandolin. I don't play mandolin, no want or desire to play mandolin, so I was like, I'll see if I can trade it back out and go, we'll start the process again. And it was helping out a regular customer, he was a nice guy. Did that, fixed up the mandolin, it was a Washburn something or other, it had a pickup in it. Why the fuck you would want to amplify a mandolin is beyond me, but there we go. Traded that for a Benson 335, which I think is like Amazon's guitar brand. I don't know. It was dog shit quality, but the pickups actually sounded really good in it, which was surprising. And then I traded that for this. Core CL1000 with Seymour Duncan 59 pickups in it. Not a terrible guitar, not the greatest guitar. I gave it a bit of a fret level, polished up the frets. This isn't the original bridge that comes with them. Someone stuck this on, so I've had to modify this to make it work, to get it down to a nice action and to actually get it to intonate. But now it's there, but it's not the original bridge. I filled a dent on the back and filled a dent in the neck as well. I stuck this back up on Facebook Marketplace. Didn't really get much interest in it because it's a Court probably. And then we moved and it just got sat in a case and it's just been sat leaning up against the wall sort of thing. So we're going to retune this because that's beautifully in tune. Just double check everything. And then we're going to stick this one back up and see if we can trade it out for anything or if we can just sell it, because we're at the start of December now, 2nd of December. See if we can give someone a nice Christmas present. But also, I put some posts up on Facebook the other day advertising my setup services, and someone contacted me and said, do you buy guitars? I'm not really a dealer or anything, but he offered me a lot of guitars for not a lot of money, so I was like, I'll take it. The money was going to his dad's charity that he just passed, so I was like, well, I'll buy them and see if we can pass it forward for like kids for Christmas sort of thing, and do people some nice deals. So I picked up I think these are just the Affinity Series ones. Yeah, just Affinity Series strap or Squire. Not in bad nick, it's got some dings in it. The frets aren't bad, there's no massive wear in them. Just probably just needs a clean up, general setup, and we're good to go with this one. Got another one, another Affinity one. I don't know what the years are on. This one's slightly more beaten up. But again, frets are okay. Just need to clean up, polish, try and buff out some of the scuffs in it. Put the strap button back in. Yeah, flip it back out for hopefully for a kid for Christmas. Stay. Also got a cord base. No idea on these. First time I've ever held one. It's got quite a chunky neck on it and a terrible scarf joint. So I'm assuming they're not an expensive brand. But the finish is pretty cool. Like candy apple red kind of thing. Definitely needs a setup. Frets have got no wear in them. So just give them a polish. Everything should be hunky-dory. And then, last but not least, Honor Rockwood Pro. I don't know what's so pro about it, but it says pro on the headstock. That's not how that goes. This one needs a fair chunk of work doing to it. For some reason, all the shafts of the pots have been snapped off. Big old chunk of the nut missing. I don't know whether to remake a nut or just to do a repair to that one, just so it's kind of out and working. Because if I've got to make a nut for it, technically I'm into it more than what the nut's worth. Well, the guitar's worth, sorry. Like if I put a Corian one in there, I charge 55 quid to make a Corian nut. The guitar's probably only going to be worth 50 quid. And I've got to put strings on it. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do a repair on it and get it to work as best as we can. It's going to need some new pots, but luckily I'm one of them little hoarders. So all the old harnesses I rip out of guitars, I keep hold of for such occasions, and we can just bang them back in so it's got something in there that works. Again, new strings, the frets are okay. Yeah, give it a clean. There's a couple of big dents in the back, so I'll probably just put some super glue in them just to build them back out. And kind of, yeah, they are what they are. Now, what am I hoping to get out of this? I'm hoping, still don't know what to do with my hands. I'm hoping to trade these for cash monies, because no one's going to trade me anything of value for them. I'm thinking 50 quid for the, or 55 for the good Squire, 45 for the slightly more dinged up one, 120 for the bass, 50 for the Les Pauly looking one. The court I've had up for 250 quid, but zero interest in it, like absolutely zero interest. I don't know if that's because it's not got the original bridge on it, or at 250 quid you can probably buy a better guitar. Courts are good guitars, but probably something a little bit cooler. So I'm probably going to drop the price on that, 150-ish, take an offer, just to get it out of the door. And then pot of money, see where we can go from there. My master plan is to try and trade my way up into something vintage. That's my master plan. Now technically I'm vintage because I'm 43, so 81 guitars are now technically classed as vintage, and I'm alright with that because I don't mind buying 81 guitars. but I'm going to see if we can get something cool and old out of the whole deal. So that's my genius plan. I'll keep you updated. Like I said, it's probably going to be a slow burn, just because I think the market's a bit slower up here than it is anywhere else. So these are probably going to have to go locally. I can ship that one because it's a bit nicer, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll go from there. Thanks for listening to me rambling. Yeah, happy Christmas and all that sort of jazz.